Yes, vortex. It's very possible to grow and transform, but you have to be open to that. And, change is not something that's welcomed. And when it comes to politics, it seems like, people, it's like they're open to things that are probably not very good for society, but they think that being open to those things makes them a better person, or it makes them more relevant. And I just discovered another channel. I'll put a link to this. I forgot the kid's name. But he's trying to start some, offline Discord group, which is already kind of an oxymoron, wouldn't you say? I'm probably going to join it, though, because I was told to do Discord, and I feel like I might be able to find my people. Like, if they're doing stuff like that, then they might be fans of what I'm doing. But I messaged this guy. I think I kind of freak people out, even people that are like-minded, even people that agree with me on a lot of stuff. It's like if they saw the way that I live my life, they would be absolutely disgusted. They'd be disgusted, they'd be horrified. They would just be weirded out, some friend of mine who doesn't talk to me anymore, probably for this specific reason, one of our last conversations, I was talking about how dangerous the phones were. This conversation was back in, I don't know, 2012 or something like that. It was earlier. Before people started to notice how bad this problem actually is. Immediately when those things came out, I was like, no, this is gonna destroy everything. But yeah, we got into this argument about it because she just doesn't understand my resistance. And she's like, Amy, you could be right about everything. And a lot of the stuff that you're saying is true, but you're still crazy. And she was quoting somebody else. I should look this up when I get home. Yeah, it doesn't matter how right the crazy person is, they're still crazy. So yeah, why would anybody believe them? Most people are that's what they're gonna see. So I can understand the people that say keep up appearances and they emphasize physiognomy, and they talk about how much of an impact that has. And I think one of the reasons why I refuse to be less unkempt is because first of all, that's not something of importance to me. But I feel like if I'm disheveled and I'm open and honest about that, I feel like that's a lot more genuine than me going, oh God, I gotta look this way, I gotta dress up, I gotta be more presentable, there's something so fake about that. I mean, I understand, honestly, maybe I'm just jealous. I'm in awe of women that can do that. There's some beautiful, beautiful women at my church. I just stare at them we can't be lesbians here, but whenever you see a beautiful woman, you just want to gawk at her, because she's just stunning. But see, I'm licking my lips. Anyway. I don't get that way when I see a beautiful man. I mean, I just don't really care. Because, like, yeah, men don't have to be aesthetically pleasing. Like, when a woman's aesthetically pleasing, I mean, nobody does. But when a woman is, it's just like, you're just mesmerized, you know? You're absolutely mesmerized. And, I don't think that's a problem. Like, as a woman, to look at other women in awe and wish that I were a man so I could fuck the living hell out of that bitch. Anyway, I do. I'm not going to deny that. You see, Christians that don't understand Christianity would tell me to deny that. And be like, no, don't talk about that. It's the same thing that they do with the schizophrenia. They say, don't talk about that. That's not who you are. That's not your identity. I didn't say it was my identity, but it is part of me, dude. And for me to deny something that's part of me is a lie. That's why I talk about drugs that I do. That's why I talk about things that I've done when I was fucked up. And things that I did when I wasn't fucked up. But I had a shitty mindset at the time. You know, it's all part of me. And so, denial is never the way. And besides, your body is retaining that. Like, for me, if I lie, and I suck at lying, so I just don't do it. Not that I want to do it, but like, if I lie, it's obvious. You know, it's written all over my face. It's my body language. Like, I'm all nervous and shit because I don't want to do it. So, that's why I'm being honest about these things that I do that make me ashamed, or things that I've done in my past that make me sick to my stomach. And I think about them every single time that I take Holy Communion. And, you know, for people to say, well, that doesn't matter. You don't need forgiveness. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You don't know what I've done. You don't know who the fuck I am. Shut the fuck up. Ugh. Just because you don't believe it. This is why, like, I'm really trying to figure out a better way to talk about certain things. Because I'm realizing more and more that everybody's political beliefs and everybody's religious beliefs and every bias that a person has is, you know, based off of their experience. It could be based off of things that they've been told, you know, lies that they heard in a university or whatever the fuck, but that's still part of their experience. And even if it's something that somebody else told them, because of the way that we process information, we attach ourselves to this stuff. And so, I mean, women are a fine example because, you know, they vicariously play victim. That's why they always talk about rape. So, every single time that they bring up some 14-year-old girl that's the victim of incest, and she can't have an abortion in Alabama because, you know, of the abortion laws or whatever the fuck. It's like, she's inserting herself in this hypothetical situation. I'm not saying those things don't happen, okay? It's horrible. But everybody does it. It's just that with women, it's way more evident. But, like, that's why politics is so fucking toxic. Because it's basically training everybody to think that things are happening to them. And so it's this weird, like, mix between narcissism and empathy. And so I've been looking at this link. Dude, lots of people need a brake job. Have you heard that? This is the second truck. It's the second black truck that has passed me that needs a brake job. Okay, so you're not so bad, Thelonious. Okay? You're not so bad. That's the name of my car, by the way, in case you don't know. But, I totally lost my train of thought. Imagine that. Oh, wait, guilt. So, yeah, like, just looking at my fourth step, I'm realizing that, you know, there have been people in my life that I feel guilty if I don't talk to them, or I feel guilty if I don't make some sort of attempt to communicate. And I don't know, I've had a lot of people tell me, especially women, they say that they're jealous of me because I'm so free and I'm so honest about how screwy I am. You know, and I think that they're kind of in awe of that, because I think a lot of people right now are really fucked up. They're really, really frazzled, especially about all the technology and the AI and everything. And politics really is the tip of the iceberg. It's the scapegoat. Politics is the scapegoat. Well, like, I've always been openly frazzled. I've always been, you know, so honest about everything that ails me. And yeah, a lot of people don't like that. They might accuse me of, like, harping on it, obsessing about it. They don't accuse me of playing the victim, though. I've noticed that. People haven't accused me of that. Because I'm owning it. It's hard to play the victim about something that you're taking full responsibility for, you know? Because even if, like, whatever this is in my head, even if it's the product of the world, even if it's a product of, like, my adoption, or, like, whatever happened to me in foster care, or, like, experiences that I had when I was really young that my body remembers, but maybe I'm not conscious of completely, it's like I'm still owning it. Like, I'm still owning the fact that I'm screwed up. And yeah, a lot of people can't do that. Women are proving that they're screwed up, but I really think it's way more the world. The world loves to screw us up because they know that we're easily screwed up. And so, I guess that's why I still have a flip phone. Because I'm not going to be screwed up in ways I can avoid, you know? And I think that most people don't realize that they can avoid this stuff way more than they allow themselves, you know, because they think that they have to go along. And if they don't go along, oh, they're missing out. They're missing out on the opportunity to what? Bitch? We're missing out on the opportunity to be more narcissistic and more self-absorbed and more conspiratorial. I've seen this a lot where people are saying, like, oh, the conspiracies are out of control. The misinformation is out of control. Look, I know this sounds ultra conspiratorial, but what if it's all the wrong information? You know? I mean, it's only relevant based off of how important you think it is. That's true always. I mean, I do think that there is truth. I think that there is some sort of reality that's true. But I think that most of it is subjective. And it's subjective based off of, like, how we're all processing it and what we think is popular and what we think is acceptable. So yeah, when there's no objective reality, people are going to be lost. Which is why God gives people a sense of direction. Anyway, this kid, I was talking about this kid. He started this offline thing. Because I guess he downgraded. He got a flip phone. But he was talking about the issues of quitting social media and, like, how hard it is. And then, of course, you got all these people that are like, YouTube social media. You're on social media right now. You're currently using social media. These people are coping with the fact that their entire life revolves around a miniature, portable, interactive television that's always listening to them, okay? Like, their entire life revolves around that. And so they have to do this gotcha bullshit. Social media, though, is well-rounded. I actually agree with them. I do think that YouTube is social media, but it's a different type of social media than, Instagram or... I mean, I guess you could use Instagram or Facebook and even Twitter as a way to post stuff like that you post on YouTube or Rumble. So it can be, a social network can be used the same way that YouTube is used, but it's typically not, okay? Just like YouTube, you see people getting into these squabbles, these ongoing squabbles on the fucking, the comment section, okay? You see that in the comment section, you see people going back and forth, very similar to, what you'd see on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. So I think it's all in a similar vein, but it is how you use it, though. But yeah, you got plenty of people, though, that are like bragging about how, like, I deleted all my social media, but they're saying that in the comment section of a YouTube video. So I can understand, like, why somebody would point that out and be like, actually, no, you're still doing it. But at the same time, I think that those people that are saying that are in that state of learned helplessness, where they just think that they can't see themselves ever not needing it. And that being such a significant chunk of their day that they just want to shit on anybody else that decides to better themselves. So, I mean, I left a comment a while ago about how the phones were a major problem and how I was basically bragging about not having a smartphone in the comment section of some Russell Brand, who's an obvious part of the system, All these people are players of the system. But Russell, along with many others, is pretending that he speaks the truth. Yeah, they speak the truth whenever it's convenient for them. Whenever they're making money off of telling the truth. And not to hate on him, I really don't give a shit. I mean, it's like, yeah, this is just part of it, Like, they all play their role, Some of them play it better than others. But anyway, yeah, so when I left this comment, it was like somebody like fired back at me with like, oh, well, you're using a computer. Which I thought was hilarious. Because like a computer is completely different than having a smartphone. Like when you have a computer, I mean, well, technically I have a laptop, so I could take it with me everywhere I go, but I don't. I keep it at my house. I should have just gotten a desktop. I don't know why I didn't. I think it was just too complicated. I want something simple. But, yeah, like the fact that, like, not having this mobile thing that I can take with me everywhere I go, that's got the internet on it, that's got all these apps that are, and I guess you could delete them, right? You could delete them. Well, most people don't. Most people won't. So, yeah, like you have options. Like if everybody that had a smartphone used it in ways to not self-destruct, like that would be better, right? But the fact that people think that, like, no, I have to self-destruct in order to fit in with society. Oh, God. How depressing is that? But yeah, people can't one-up me. They really can't. So they gotta, like, try to point out the hypocrisy as if I don't fully recognize the fact that, like, having any type of technology that connects to the internet is still bad. Like, the only reason why I have a laptop is to do this. It's to put myself out there in a way that's very unrecognizable. So, it's like, I just find it really funny. But that's why I was like, okay, stop leaving comments. Because I understand how it came across, though, because I did sound like I was being arrogant, you know? Like, you know? And I don't want to be like that about it, because I realize that, like, the whole reason why I haven't gone along with society is because I'm just different. I'm wired differently. God gave me extra information to absorb. So, yeah, I really don't want to be part of the world in that way. But yeah, it's like most sheep aren't going to understand, you know, because they go along and they think that they have to do that. And anybody that doesn't do that is real fucking weird. Or they're stupid. Or they're going to be left behind. But it's like, why would you want to move with this hyper accelerated, totally nihilistic destruction? Like, that's the whole point of it. And anybody that denies that is a fucking moron, okay? Anybody that denies that that's what's happening to our civilization is completely full of shit. And I would say that I hope they off themselves, but, you know, they're already fucking dead if they're thinking like that. Okay. It's time for me to go in. I have choir practice. Isn't that cool? I can fucking sing again. Not very well, though. We'll see what happens. But yeah, like, I'm never saying anything or doing anything just to be, like, bragging about, you know, seeing things more clearly than the rest of the world that I live in. Because I know that I'm really, really lucky to see it this way. And that I can help people that are more virtuous and, you know, genuine spiritual people. I can help them. I can guide them. So, you know, I don't take that responsibility lightly. But yeah, of course there are going to be a bunch of narcissists that think that I'm just doing it to be different, or that I'm gloating about it. I think I'm so much better than everybody else. No, that's what you would do. Not everybody is like you, sweetheart. Not everybody looks at everything like it's an opportunity to show off. And I really don't know how this is showing off anyway. I mean, is this really showing off? Is it really? La 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 la. God, I hope not.